There are 32 quarterbacks around the NFL that have more passing attempts than the 28 that the Chicago Bears' Justin Fields has through 2 weeks. There are 10 quarterbacks that have been sacked more than the 5 times Fields has been dropped so far this year. But no quarterback has been sacked as frequently as Chicago's QB1 has. 15.2% of the time Fields drops back to pass ends up in a sack. It's a small sample size for sure, but that's a higher percentage than the 11.8 he led the league with a season ago. My name is Lester Wiltfong, and I've been breaking down the sacks the Bears have allowed for over a decade on Windy City Gridiron. And this year we're doing a video-only version right here on our Second City Gridiron YouTube channel. But since I realized that sacks allowed is a niche audience, I'm going to find one positive play from the Bears each week to break down as well. So stay tuned to see one of my favorite running plays from the Sunday night game in Green Bay. Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. This first sack allowed was picked up by Packers edge rusher Preston Smith, and he beat rookie left tackle Braxton Jones. Or did he? Some fans watching the game live see Preston Smith sack Fields, and they immediately look for the offensive lineman that gave it up. And sure, Smith was lined up against Jones, but I can't fault Jones for this one. The Bears gave some chip help from tight end Cole Kmet, and a well-executed chip block has two purposes. One, the offense is trying to slow down the pass rusher so his running start doesn't lend itself to converting his speed to power. And two, and this is more important, a good chip can help redirect the pass rusher, which cuts down the options an offensive tackle has to look for. Kmet chips Smith here, which forces Smith on an outside path around the edge, so Jones guides Smith around the pocket. Jones does his job here. He has no way to know that some pressure would force Fields off the spot, so he has no way to know that pushing Jones around the pocket would take him right into his quarterback for the sack. Fields does have David Montgomery here in the right flat, but it's probably a good idea he missed him. Look at the timing of when Fields clears the pressure and when he could have hit Demo. Had Fields cocked his arm to throw, he's probably getting the ball knocked out of his hand by Smith chopping down on him. Sometimes sacks just happen because, players on defense get paid to make plays too. But I can't let right tackle Larry Borom off the hook on this one. The bull rush pressure from Rashawn Gary against Borom is what doomed this play from the start. So my official tally on this play is half of a sack to sacks happen and half of a sack to Larry Borom. Sack number 2 allowed on Sunday night should look familiar because it's once again Gary that brings the pressure, and it's Borom that gives it up. But this time Gary does get home, so I'm pinning this sack allowed completely on the second-year right tackle Borom. I talked about why a chip block is beneficial on that last sack, and this is one place a chip really would have helped. Gary's lined up in a wide 9 technique, so he has a running start to stress the right tackle. Borom has to set up to stop every possible move from Gary. The distance between the two of them means the edge is there, a dip back inside is there, or a bull rush is all on the table for the pass rusher. A chip for a redirect from the tight end could have made this an easier block for Borom because it either would have slowed down the bull rush or it could have forced the pass rusher to go deeper. But look, Borom is an NFL tackle. He's going to be on an island from time to time, and he's expected to make this block. If Fields has a fraction of a second longer, he probably hits Darnell Mooney on the return route, popping back out to his left, but Gary just got to him too quickly. Sack number 3 was just a sound, disciplined play from Preston Smith. The Bears came here with some play action to David Montgomery with the intention of booting Fields out to his left, but Smith wasn't having it. As the backside edge defender, it's Smith's job to stay home and protect against the cutback run or the quarterback bootleg. Besides showing good containment not falling for the fake here, Smith also contains the potential bootleg by rushing himself upfield towards Fields' outside shoulder. Had Preston Smith attacked the quarterback directly, then Fields may have been able to spin out and escape to the left, but Smith made sure he took the right path to take that away. Now Fields slipping here was unfortunate, but Smith played this perfectly, so this one, I'm going to go with the sacks happen. Again, this is the play call, the play design. You want to have Preston Smith bite on that fake. It didn't happen. You can't fault the pass pro for this. You can't really fault Fields for this. Like I said, sacks happen. All right, that's enough of the bad from the Bears. So let's take a look at this 1st and 10 fourth quarter run from Khalil Herbert that went for 27 yards. It's a pitch play to the left, and the Bears are blocking it like an outside zone play. This was actually just the way they drew it up, and while it started with the play side blocks, it was also good vision from Herbert, and the backside helped him out too. Take a look at fullback Kerry Blasingame. He comes in motion and gets a nice kickout block on Preston Smith, who was engaged by tight end Cole Kmet. Herbert was looking to cut up right off the Blasingame block. Herbert stuck his foot in the ground and hit the hole opened up by Chicago's left side of Braxton Jones and Cody Whitehair. At center, Sam Musfer has 330-pound TJ Slayton on his left side A-gap, so him being able to reach block would be crucial on this play. Alright, it's not a perfect block, but if I was grading Musfer on this one, I'd give him a plus. He reached him, and then he walled him off long enough to give Herbert a crease to exploit. At right guard, Lucas Patrick also steps to his left, and while he gives a courtesy hand to Green Bay's Jaron Reed, who was in the B gap between him and right tackle Larry Borum, Patrick knew his ideal block would be on the second level, cutting off a pursuing linebacker. Patrick works himself up to the second level, and All-Pro Devondre Campbell is waiting for him. Patrick's block stops Campbell's pursuit cold. Right tackle Borum doesn't get much of a defensive lineman Reed, but look, it was enough to slow him down, and Reed ended up getting caught up in the wash. Let's look at the receivers. Byron Pringle's stalk block made his defender work for it, but take a look at Darnell Mooney. He hustles from the backside and pancakes a defensive back. Chicago's running the ball well all night long, and as they settle in throughout the year, they'll continue to gel in this aspect of the game. And at some point, we will see how that benefits Justin Fields in the passing attack. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and turn on those notifications because we have a bunch of Bears and NFL content coming up this season that you will not want to miss.